cooking. 2 times I can be so what? I like to use that word. It feels funny to sit here without my pillowcase balance.
You want your pillowcase?
That'd be kind of nice. Working on my.
If I was having some nasty drink.
You are live. You are just ridiculous. I'm gonna have to edit this part out. What is wrong with you? You are just so.
You tell me I was live.
I told you I'm going live. What in the world?
That doesn't mean.
No.
I knew it was a drink. You want to know
why? Thank you.
Because you were. You see, you were.
Hey, Kendra. Thank you for my pillow. You are just ridiculous. You are. What in the world? I'm like, hey, ooh, my bad.
You text him?
I'm not gonna text him now.
You should, because if he says yes, we don't have to go.
Look at you are funny. When I told you that I was gonna text this man earlier, you're like, I'll take care of it.
Why don't you offer him my entire bank?
Okay, I got it. Thanks. You're too much. What's people saying over here? What's up, y'all? Good morning. Oh, y'all. TikTok. What's the name? Instagram. Instagram. What is this place called? YouTube. What is this place called? Hey, Ken, Miriam, Natisha, Larissa, Aquarius. What's up? Good morning, people. So yesterday I didn't get to do my what's it called? My Diddy video. Child, this man is crazy. So Diddy's getting sued again, you guys. He's always getting sued. This is getting ridiculous. This is getting really ridiculous. I was like, he really needs to open a trust for his kids. Because I don't think this man's going to have any money left. I don't think he's going to have any money left. So Diddy's getting sued again. There's another lawsuit from, he has another lawsuit from this white girl. She's suing him for, like, I guess, raping her like 20 years ago or something like that. I don't know. But we'll get into it. So, okay. Hope you guys are having a good morning, though. Hope you're having a good day. I gotta be quick today because I have an appointment at 1:30. But we got enough time. So, Cassie made a post yesterday, right? This is what I want to talk to you guys about. Because I was seeing some videos. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I was seeing some videos of her yesterday. People were posting videos of her. I mean, of course, they're going to post videos of her yesterday. But it was really giving, like, people are really trying to turn her into a hero. I don't know how I feel about that. They're trying to turn her into a hero. And I don't know how I feel about that. Because I'm like, we've known. Hopefully I can express myself clearly. But it's like, we have known that Diddy has abused a lot of people. He has abused a lot of women, right? It's not even just like Cassie. I think, Cassie's obvious. She had a lawsuit. I think Kim Porter also is very obvious. I think Misa was abused also by Diddy. Okay. And probably a host of other women that I don't know nothing about. All right. But I do feel like when it comes to Misa, I think she's been abused. Oh, I do. I had to take it down because of the music. I will re-edit and I'm going to re-upload it because I was like, ooh, child, they're going to come for me later. Okay? So I feel like Misa's been abused, right? I feel like Lil Kim, I really feel like he put his hands on Lil Kim. I don't care what nobody says. I feel like he put his hands on Lil Kim. Him, Biggie. Shoot, matter of fact, I feel like Kim should even speak up against Biggie also. Hey, Kev. I feel like Lil Kim should speak up against Biggie as well. Like, I hate how every year she tries to cry for him and keep his name alive. Hey, Rochelle, what's up, babe? Right? I really cannot stand that. Because I'm like, Kim, you need to sober up. Your entire relationship with Biggie was toxic. He did not love you, boo. He did not love you. I don't think he knew how to love himself. Okay? You're deluded. That man he beat you so much. the affairs, infidelities, affair, okay? He molded you into a HOE, okay? And on top of that, he left you out here to go marry Faith Evans. Like, stop being delusional. Oh, yeah, he abused Mary J. too. He abuses everyone, okay? Like, who has Diddy not abused? Like, Diddy beat you if you're a woman. He beats you if you are a man. You know, not trying to sound like, y'all know my mind is weird, so please forgive me. But I'm like, I really hope he does not touch his daughters. And I mean, like, actually. Because there's no way. Like, I'm having a hard time believing that, oh, yeah, he's such an amazing father to his daughters, but he's such a pig to other women. Like, I have a hard time believing that. You know, I really do. I'm like, I really hope he's not touching these girls. I really do. And if I'm wrong, God forgive me, but my mind just goes there because he's really sick. He is truly, truly sick. He's really sick. So I don't think like he has the ability. I don't think he has the ability to like compartmentalize. Oh, I abuse these women, but I don't abuse my daughters. Like, how are you not abusive in some way? But I'm like, I just hope that he's not a predator when it comes to his kids, to the girls. You know. Well, she knows she needs to, because this is how I feel. Let me see. Oh my gosh. Let me see if I can say it in a way that sounds intelligent and comprehensible, right? My issue is, I feel like because of the culture, okay, especially their hood culture, because they all come from like the project, I guess, whatever, the hood culture, the mainstream culture, right? A particular type of Black girl who grew up in a certain environment is expected not to snitch, is expected to be a ride or die. Because the suburb, I don't think we're doing this in the suburbs, but over there, it's like, don't snitch, ride or die, forgive, hold him on, you know, as long as, hey, for me, happy birthday, as long as he takes care of me, that type of energy, right? But when you look at it, because there's a bigger culture, there's a bigger world than your subculture, right? All that, hold him down, don't snitch, don't expose him for who he truly is. And in the end, where does it get you? Where does it get you, and what does it get you, right? Because Cassie comes in, right? Cassie comes in, and also, you guys, if you're sensitive, I don't know if this live is going to be for you, but you know what I'm saying? If you're not sensitive, then I guess you can stay. But if you're sensitive, I don't know, okay? If you're not sensitive, I guess you can stay, right? But my thing is, right, if you are someone like Cassie, who's, I guess she's Filipino Black, but the Filipino is showing more than the Black, because phenotypically, she looks more Filipino than biracial, all right? But someone like Cassie comes in, she goes through the same ordeal that you guys went through. Maybe her ordeal was more severe. Maybe it was less severe. I would probably say, I could be wrong. I'm not God. I was not there, right? But I would make a bet that the Black girls had it worse. That's just how I feel, okay? I would make a bet that the Black girls had it worse. Not just in the term of the abuse, but also the financial benefits of being with him and covering up for him. And like, you know what I'm saying? Because the 30 million, I don't think in his life, first of all, I don't even think back. I have to re-edit because I was playing music towards the end. So I'm going to re-edit that for y'all, and I'm going to post it, right? Because I don't think dating him, whether it's Misa, whether it's Kim, who else? I think that's about it, right? Or even Little Kim being his artist, working for him. Mary J also being one of his early artists, because like she's the one that knew what to do with. Okay, but I don't think that these girls have ever gotten an apartment from him, 2 apartments from him, cars from him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gave a lot to Cassie. Yes, he's abusive, but it's like her lifestyle is like different than the lifestyle that these Black girls were able to have. Because Misa, he allowed Misa's house to go into foreclosure. Right? When it came to Little Kim, her house also went into foreclosure. Now, Kim, I'm going to hold her a bit more accountable, because Little Kim had money. Okay? She made a lot of money. She had money. She just didn't prioritize her finances. Hey, Morgan, good morning. Does that make sense? But for people who've been there from the jump, who probably had to do more and suffer more, I don't even think, like, on a romantic friendship gratitude level of Black people to Black people, I don't think he would spend that kind of money on these Black girls, right? Cassie had a very luxurious life. Yes, they want the freak off, but compared to what, like, based on what he put these black girls through, she suffered, but she suffered in luxury. Okay, they suffered in poverty. Not trying to be offensive, but it's the truth. Okay, then Cassie gets to leave with the trainer. She takes the trainer, they go start a new life, but she comes back and maybe she got a bag up to 30 million. We don't know. Maybe she got 30. I mean, ultimately, she got money for what she suffered because she spoke out, right? When it comes to what's it called? I wish I could show this picture. How do I show this picture? Oh, let me go to my own page. Maybe I should start there. How about that? Okay. Ooh, Lord. Oh, these heartburns be crazy. Okay. But when it comes to, can I make this picture bigger? Okay, cool. Right. But when it comes to Misa, when it comes to Lil Kim, when it comes to Mary J, because they're trying to keep quiet, they trying to stay on code with the culture. Okay. I'm like, girl, you're not gonna get something out of this also. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the time where it's like you have to start being a businesswoman. Like, you really do. Man, F this culture. Because I don't appreciate, like I told you guys, right? Yes, Cassie got knocked upside her head. Yes, Diddy was abusive. Yes, you had the freak offs. Yes. Diddy's evil, Diddy's or whatever. I'm not gonna argue with those things, right? However, I still stand on the fact that I don't know who Cassie is. Like, this girl could be antagonizing. Like, I don't know. Like, I hope y'all understand me, right? Just because the girl looks sweet, she talks sweet, and you barely don't hear her, and you might therefore conclude that, oh, she's non-problematic. I don't know how this girl will conduct herself around these black women. I don't know. She could be hella passive aggressive. She could have been very snotty. She could have been like, oh, I'm at the top, you guys at the bottom. I'm over here, y'all over there. He treats me better. Yeah, he might knock me upside my head, but I got 2 houses. You have a penthouse in New York. You have a penthouse in Miami, right? She gets to go to the Met Gala, right? She got opportunities that the other black girls did not get. So it's like, yeah, I feel bad. Now, I do feel bad that he, went upside your head and things like that. But my thing is, were you a girl's girl when you were going through it? I don't know. I don't know that part. So for me, it's like, Misa, you were there. Misa, come over here, Misa, real quick. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay? Because I need to talk to Misa because Misa knows the tea. Okay, Misa knows the tea. She knows what was really happening over there. She knows because she's one of the first ones. So I'm like, Misa, you know him. You know him better than anybody else. You have seen him go from, like, being at what was he? LaFace Records? What was he? He was at LaFace, right? Because he was with Ella Reid. Yeah, so it's LaFace Records, right? No. Ella Reid's label. Y'all remember Ella Reid, right? Because he's with Ella Reid. So Ella Reid is his first boss, and Ella Reid's the one's going to fire him, right? Oh, Epic. He was at Epic. There you go. Sorry. Okay. So y'all remember Ella Reid, right? So Ella Reid was Puffy's former boss. He was his former boss. Exactly. Ella Reid was his former boss. So yeah, so it was Uptown. Yeah. So it's Epic, and I guess under Epic you have Uptown Records, right? So he's at Uptown over there, okay? But I'm like, that's when Misa gets to know him, I guess. Like, at that point, like, he knows her. They know each other. So I'm like, Misa's been there since, like, the very, very beginning. You know what I'm saying? She saw this man, or this boy, however you want to call this creature, okay, build his business from the very bottom up. Because when he was there, right? Was it Andre Rell? Child, I get confusing stuff. Thank you. I just like, is it Ella Reid? Okay, so it's Andre. Well, thanks, love. Thank you for the correction. Was it Andre? Yeah, it's Uptown. Okay, sorry. I don't know why. Where did I get Ella Reid from? Child, hey, Alexis, thank you. Okay, but so, and Andre Rell, point of correction. Let's get the right people's name. So he was Andre. Oh, here he is. Oh, there you go. Here's the picture, right? So they had Mary J, etc. So like Mary J and Misa, they are really with this man, okay, under Aristide with Clive. Because, yeah, Clive is involved. Andre's involved. Clive is involved. And I don't know why. Why do I feel like Ella Reid was involved somehow? But I'm like, they see this man at the very beginning. You know him from the very beginning to where he is today. So I'm like, Misa, you have to speak up. You truly, truly have to speak up. Because at this point, right? There's no more protecting Diddy or the brand of Sean Puffy Combs or, oh, well, he's the father of my child, girl, back, okay? Because you also deserve your flowers. You deserve your flowers. You deserve people to feel bad for you. Like, seriously, people need to feel bad for you. People need to feel bad for you. People need to cry for you. People need to, understand what you went through. Because when you sit there and you say nothing and you try to make these posts about Jesus and God and family and, oh, he needs help, girl, you're coming off like an apologist for an abuser. And I'm like, it's time to stop. This whole ride or die culture is really toxic. Okay, it's time to stop, because in your head, you might be thinking like, oh, that's Justin's dad. And, Justin is going to inherit. Girl, there might be nothing for Justin to inherit. And even right now, you need to be on the phone with him and make sure that he has a trust established for all these kids. Because at the rate he's getting sued, at the rate this is going, this man might have no more money left. He might not have any money left. They might even freeze his accounts. I don't know. But my thing is, every single child, especially your children, you got to make sure that he has a trust for every kid. Because even just giving money to these kids, they're going to get sued also. The boys going to get sued. Your sons are going to get sued. I'm calling them your sons because I'm sure you raised them all. Okay? But your sons are going to get sued, sis. They're going to get sued. So every child needs to have their own trust. Okay, so if somebody wants to sue you, they don't sue you personally, they sue the trust, right? But I'm like, Misa, you got to speak up. And you got to apply pressure on Diddy, because the money he gave to Cassie, you probably deserve double that. Do not have mercy on this man. Oh my gosh. I was sitting here the other day, I was so triggered, because here's what she wrote. Hold on, wait a minute. She wrote something on Instagram, and because, like, hold up. What? Hold up. She wrote something on Instagram. Let me not get scatterbrained. She made a post on, child, let me go look it up. She made a post on Instagram. What did she say? Because I don't like that. Okay, so I guess it was this post with the boys right there, right? So she wrote something like, here's what she wrote. Let me make myself smaller. Okay, she said, I'm heartbroken that Cassie must relive the horror of her abuse, and my heart goes out to her. Here you go. You got to have empathy for that girl. I know directly how she feels, and through my empathy, it has triggered my own trauma, right? These young people were raised by women that want the best for them. But we put God and education first and have always been united in our mutual effort to support these dreams. Misa, you get on my nerves. Two of the youngest do not have their mother here. It has been our duty to support them. Their father needs help. Like, I don't like that part. Okay, and I'm praying that he truly does the personal work and receives it. Misa, you are the victim over here. Hey, Bridget. Okay. No. She didn't speak up. This is not speaking up. This is giving, oh, he needs help. Misa, he could go to prison and get help. Okay, like, they give help in prison. I'm not trying to be funny, but they have therapists in prison. They have counselors in prison. They have ministers. He can also find Islam in prison. They do give help in prison now. You don't have to not face the consequences of your action because you need help. No, he needs to go to prison, and he can still get help. I'm not against him getting help, but there needs to be serious consequences for Diddy's action. And it's not just incarceration. He needs to start paying people a lot of money over here, right? But when she says, like, oh, he needs help, it's giving, she's apologizing for his behavior. Like, deep down inside, he's really not a bad person. No, Misa, he is. He truly is. And it's like, it's enough for you to be deluded with the true character of Sean. He's not a good person. And he's never looked out for you. You understand? I don't know what kind of weird gratitude y'all have for this weirdo, but he doesn't see it the same for you guys. Because the moment he let your house go into foreclosure, ooh, girl, you should have been ready for him. Because it's nothing to him. It's nothing to him. Even the other day, y'all, I was really thinking, like, hold up, wait a minute. You paid $50,000 for this tape from the hotel, right? You paid the money for the tape from the hotel. But in reality, you could have, like, I'm like, $50,000, you could have sent somebody to college for that. You could have controlled your temper. And you could have saved $50,000, right? But I'm like, that's somebody's college tuition. Just that just goes to show, like, how much he does not care about money. He'd rather act out and then pay to have something disappear instead of saying, you know what? I don't even have to misbehave, because if I don't misbehave, I don't have to pay the money. But I'm like, there are people he knows who probably needed $50,000. He said no. But when it comes to beating people up in the elevator, right, now he has money to spend on foolish tapes. You don't owe this man nothing. I think when it comes to Diddy, Misa, Diddy has shown y'all his priorities, right? Financially, like the Bible says, where your heart is, there also is your treasure. Diddy has shown y'all his priorities. His priorities are his anger. Okay, he's bereft of any sense. He's bereft of any morality, right? He wants to have his freak offs. He wants to have his perversion. That's what he prioritizes. And to prioritize that, he's willing to put money behind it. He doesn't put money behind you, right? Like, how has he helped you? Your house, how did he help you? Your fashion line, how did he help you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is Diddy really doing out here to make sure that, oh, as a mother of my first boy, let me make sure that for the rest of your life, you're actually good. What is he doing? You understand? Hey, Val, what's up, babe? Right? But I'm like, Cassie is a whole multi-millionaire over y'all black women. I need y'all to be triggered. This is when y'all need to be triggered. This is when you need to, like, be, you know, farming this whole black woman thing, right? Because it's not fair. And that should trigger you. Because you're, like, the way you're going about this, Misa, it's like you are still waiting for his generosity. So, oh, let me write a comment and maybe he'll send me 50,000. Let me write it. Let me be supportive and maybe he'll send me 100,000. Misa, those days are gone. You don't have to live for, like, to please him in order to eat the crumbs. Cassie showed y'all you can have a piece of the damn cake. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Y'all get me, right? You know what I'm trying to say? Because I really don't, you guys, I know it sounds a bit sick to say what I'm about to say. I get it. Like, it sounds really, really sick. It sounds a bit sick, right? But just because Cassie said this is what happened to her, I feel like Misa, it was probably times 20. Okay? I feel like when it came to, like, Kim also, who knows what they did to Kim? Who knows what they did to Mary J? But I feel like sometimes it goes both ways. Even Kim. How we know Kim was not part of a freak off? And because so you have Misa first, and then you have Kim. So I feel like, and also because Kim is no longer alive, Misa, you have to speak up. You have to speak up, you know, and you might also be, like, scared, or you might be, like, apprehensive because you don't want the twins, the younger one, to see their dad in a certain way. But the sooner, I'm being so for real, the sooner these girls know who their dad is, the quicker they can heal. Because these young, I'm not trying to be funny, I'm not trying to be mean, right? But it's like these young women, they will never flourish if you guys deceive them about who their father truly is. You're not helping these kids. You're not helping them. They need to know who he is. Because if you're not careful, these girls are going to date men just like Diddy. That's the part about Kim that, like, that's where Kim posthumously, I really wish I could have a conversation with her. I am really confused, y'all. I am really confused. I'm really triggered. I am seriously triggered. Like, I'm seriously, I'm so triggered because Kim, like, what's happening? Okay. Kim really has me triggered because to some extent, maybe it was like her dealing with her stuff. I don't know. But to some extent, right? To some extent too, Kim, you knew he was a monster. Like when you were pregnant with Christian, he was out here messing with J-Lo. Okay? He was out here messing with J-Lo. And you took him back. He's an abuser. And you took him back. So that already messes up my mind. It messes up my mind. Like he's not a good person. It could have been a mistake, sure, whatever. But to go through what you went through with Christian's pregnancy, right? So Christian's pregnancy, he leaves you to be out here flaunting his little J-Lo, his Puerto Rican girl, right? You out here carrying this pregnancy by yourself. Then you have the baby. He's smashing your babysitter. This man is sick, Kim. He's smashing your babysitter. You put up with this stuff. J-Lo breaks up with him. She just disappears after he spent $250,000 on her. She just ghosts him. Maybe he spent $250,000 on you. I don't know. Okay? I don't know. I would have asked for more, right? You getting tossed up in cars. He walking over your nose. He's walking upside your head. He beating you left and right. He beat you in front of people. And you procreate with him again. And this time you have girls with this man. You bring more children into the world with this man. Kim, why? I'm like, why do y'all procreate with monsters? It really messes me up. You know what I'm saying? It truly messes with my head. Because I'm like, this man is sick. He is truly sick. And we all know one thing about evil people, they tend to live long. I don't know why, okay? But it always seems like good people go first, and wicked people, like, they stay here forever, like they linger on this planet, okay? But I'm like, because it's very confusing. Even for the twins, they had to go to prom recently, right? But I'm like, it has to be really confusing because people are saying my dad is a monster, but at the same time, like, he's really nice to us. And that can bring a lot of confusion. That can bring a lot of confusion for these young girls. And if people who are close to them, the moms who are close to them, do not reveal the true character of their fathers, he can weaponize these girls. Okay? He can weaponize the love that they have for him so that they can come to his rescue. And it's like, no, this man is cursed. This man is seriously cursed. And you talk about education, Misa. You talk about education. He ruined Christian's collegiate career. He went to the school and he started beating up his coach because he felt like the coach was not giving Christian enough football time, right? Because Christian had a football scholarship at UCLA, right? And he felt like the coach was not playing him enough. He grabbed a dumbbell or a kettlebell, started beating up the coach. So the boy got expelled, or the boy quit. And ever since he left school, what is he doing now? He's out here partying. He's out here doing podcasts. He's out here, no, it's Christian. It's this one. No, Justin. No, the light-skinned one. It's him, right? You ruin his life. You ruin his life. Like, you ruin his life. All they do is just sit here and be party boys. Oh, my daddy's rich, right? And that gets them in trouble because they ain't got nothing relevant to do. So I'm like, then on top of that, he got a DUI. Diddy was driving drunk. And when they got pulled over, he told Justin to say it was him who was drinking and driving. I'm like, what the heck? What the heck? Trying to ruin your kid with a felony. So first you ruined his college life. Now you want my child to have felonies? Are you insane? So I'm like, Misa, I don't know. Like, what is it going to take for you? What is it going to take for you to really expose this man for who he truly is? You don't owe him anything. You don't owe him anything. And in reality, when you think about it, he owes you everything. Because if you stop covering for him and you speak up, oh, it's a rap. Okay? And the way I will do it, I have stages to this, though. Okay? I have stages. I thought he dropped out of school. I have stages for this. Number one, make sure he has a trust fund for all these kids. Okay? And make sure you know how much he's putting in there. Okay? Because you can't just expose. Like, I feel like you should have levels to exposing him. You got to be strategic with the exposure. Girl, yes. Because you need to get your money. You need to get your money. Okay? Number one, you got to find a good lawyer. Number two, got to make sure he puts all these kids in a trust fund. They all need to have their own trust fund, and he needs to show you the money. Do not assume that he has a will. Do not assume that he's going to look out for your son. Do not assume. Because people like Diddy, I know I might be crazy. My mind is a bit off sometimes, right? But people like Diddy, I don't put it past them to hurt your child just to get back at you. Okay? I don't put it past Diddy to exclude your son from his will, if there is one, okay, to get back at you. I don't put it past Diddy to use whatever he would have left Justin to make sure he can have a muzzle on you, to make sure you don't talk. So this is where you have to grab him by the balls. You got to grab this man by the cojones. You got to grab him there, sis, okay? So he got to have a trust fund for the kids. And he needs to put money in there for the kids, a whole lot of millions, okay? Number two, you got to ask him also to maybe put you in, like, give you some type of power of attorney. Put you in some type of position where you control some of the money in case he was to go to prison, right? Because most likely he will. You need to make sure that you on some type of paperwork where you also have access to the money, whether he makes a trust for you or not. That's, I don't know. You decide, sis, okay? Once you secure that, then you start talking. Because you don't owe him anything. Because like I told you, this man, I told you guys, right? I said did he think he a drug dealer? He think he's Frank Lucas. He thinks he's Nicky Barnes, whatever he thinks he is. And one thing about drug dealers, especially those who are at the top, when it gets real, they have no loyalty to no one. They will find a way to get out of federal prison and go into a witness security program, right? Protection program. So my thing is, do the same thing. You owe this man absolutely nothing. You played a game, but you owe him nothing. You owe him nothing. Like, you absolutely owe this wretched soul nothing at all. You understand? But then you go on your press tours. You tell people your story. Tell people what happened to you since you were a very little girl. Tell them how young you were. Tell them how predatory this whole hip-hop industry is, okay? And how all of them are in cahoots, and how all of them cover up for each other, right? And how so many young girls are being trafficked. Have no mercy, Misa. Have no mercy. You do your press runs, you secure your book deal, and you sue. Have no mercy. Like, set this whole mug on fire. You need to come out on top of this. Okay? You need to be the mother of the Diddy survivors. Don't let Cassie take your shine. Do not let Cassie take your shine. Don't do it, sis. Don't do it, sis. Because she needs to talk. She needs to talk. I'm sick and tired. I don't know why people think that Black women have a threshold for pain that's like out of this world. I cried too. You pinch me, I'm gonna start crying. Don't touch me, okay? You're not made of titanium, okay? You have to talk, and you got to show other Black girls like this whole ride or die, don't snitch, and hold them down. You ain't holding down nothing, sis. Secure your generational wealth. Take the money from this man. And have no mercy on him. Have none, because he had none on you, right? Because he's crazy. And I know he put you through stuff. Do not protect him. Because out of his heart, Diddy will never give you $30 million. He will never give you that, because he uses money to control people. So what he does is he'll just give you little drops at a time. We don't need the freaking drop, because Cassie showed you that you don't need to have the crumbs. You don't have to wait for him to give you crumbs. You don't have to wait for his good mood, his generosity. You go in there and you take what you're owed. You take what you're owed. 40 acres and a mule. Take that from Sean Combs. You take what you're owed. Do not cover for this man. Do not cover for him. Do not cover for him. And there's a time y'all love to talk about God and God this and God this, right? Loving God also, it doesn't always mean for I'm of course forgiveness, because you gotta be healthy, but it doesn't always mean that you just lay here like a doormat. Okay? There's a thing also when you love God, there's a thing as righteous anger. You gotta wake up. You gotta wake up and see it for what it is. Because right now, the way things are going, okay? Right now, the way things are going, Cassie is coming off like she's a hero. Like she's a hero. She survived this, oh my gosh, look at her. She's so brave. She's so strong. She's so this, right? They're going to turn her into an icon. They're going to turn this girl into an icon, into the face of surviving domestic abuse, And meanwhile, you ladies are going to be forgotten. And you will have nothing. But yet, if he does go to prison, you will have to carry the burden of picking up his phone calls, making sure he's okay, and wumpty wump wump. No. This is when you got to start acting like a white woman, okay? No. Get this man's money. Misa, you got to wake up. So that way you can have what you want. You can have the money in your name. You can build the fashion brands that you want. You know what I'm saying? Make sense? Because do not let this girl, I'm being really serious, you guys. Do not let this girl be the face of oh, wow, she survived a mean Black man. Oh, look at her. She's so brave. Oh, my gosh, Cassie Ventura, she was trafficked by Diddy for 10 years. Misa, you probably lived that for 30 years, sis. You probably lived it for 20 years. You probably still living it today. Okay? So you can't be like, oh, no. This shine right here, we all gonna get the shine. And you better come off on top of this. She definitely needs to follow, and she needs to outdo Cassie. You have to outdo Cassie. Because me, Marlene, I don't know, you guys. I really don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. But I do feel like Cassie's passive aggressive. I don't know. There's something about her I don't trust. Okay? I do feel like she's passive aggressive. And I do feel like when she saw all these Black girls, the baby mamas, I said the Keishas, the baby moms, the little Kim, I do feel like she felt like she was above them. I really do. Because he made her feel like she was above them. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this girl had any mercy on them Black people. I don't think she did. So when I see all these Black people, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for her. Yeah, sure, it's a lot, right? But it's at the same time, it's you really think she was not relishing in all that, right? The magazine covers she got, the Met galas, the red carpet, the this and that, and the 30 million, and she left with the trainer who looked like he lived on Skid Row. Okay, I told you, her husband looks weird to me. He looks hella weird to me. He looks hella weird to me. I'm not trying to be funny, but No. Okay. No. So here is what Cassie said. She said, I believe she was, Larissa. I believe she was. That's the thing. Is like when you're pretty and you're quiet and you're always like, you talk with a small voice and then, you don't talk a lot. People just assume that you're a nice person. No, she has a friendly demeanor, but it's like behind the scene, I don't know who Cassie is. I don't know who she is. Right. And I'm not going to sit here and assume that, oh yeah, Cassie was like a girls and she had their back. Cassie could have been laughing. Cassie could have been part of the antagonizing, right? Until the day it went crazy on her too. Like, oh, dang, he's hitting me too. What the freak? Makes sense? Like, you have people who laugh at you when you go through your stuff. You have other women who laugh at other women when they go through stuff, right? But it's like now she's being painted like, oh, this hero who survived all of this and she escaped Sean Puffy Comb with her little weird ass looking husband. Okay. Right? But it's like, I don't buy the way the media sells me stuff. I don't buy that. She said, but Diddy would have gassed her up though to make her bold enough to disrespect her, not her, them. Okay, that's the thing. She's wrong, but they create the space for disrespect. Yeah, but then later on, do you go back and apologize? Right? Now that she's older, now that she knows better, and now that she has survived Diddy, and now she got a bag from Diddy, right? Do you spin the block and apologize? Because is she also going to talk about how the certain parts where she was also complicit? Or you keep mumming that because you want society to see you like, oh, you just this little frail little thing who somehow got caught up in this whole Diddy situation. Did she apologize to Kim? Because I'm like, what does that look like? What does that look like? Where is her part of accountability in playing in this weird ass colorist musical chair crap, right? What does she say? Because I don't hear that from her. You know what I'm saying? I don't hear that from her, right? So here's what she wrote. Hold on, wait a minute. Exactly. She said, thank you for all the love and support from my family, friends, and strangers, and those I have yet to meet. The outpouring of love has created a place for my younger self to settle and feel safe. Now, but this is only the beginning. Domestic violence is the issue. It broke me down to someone I never thought I would become. With a lot of hard work, I'm better today, but I will always be recovering from my past. Okay. Thank you to everyone that has taken the time to take this matter seriously. My only ask is that everyone open your heart and believing victims the first time. It takes a lot of heart to tell the truth out of a situation that you were powerless in. I offer my hand to those who are still living in fear. Reach out to your people. Don't cut them off. No one should carry this weight alone. This healing journey is never ending, but this support means everything to me. Thank you. Love always, Cassie. Okay, so that's her statement that she released. I mean, I guess, sure, whatever. But my problem is, Cassie, you can't come out and say, oh, y'all should be believing victims the first time. Because y'all go on these red carpets, okay? You guys go on these red carpets. Okay? You go on these red carpets and you smile, okay? You go on red carpets with these dudes. You are smiling. You're doing power poses, okay? You are exuding success. You are exuding power couples. You are smiling. You're caressing. You're doing all, you see? So it's kind of confusing too. Oh, you shouldn't be victim shaming. No, but people got to understand. People have the right to be confused. People have the right to be confused, and people have the right to ask more questions. Because y'all do play a part, right? You play a part in confusing people because it's very, very confusing. It's very, very confusing because to me, it's like, there's no way somebody could beat me within an hour. And then 20 minutes later, I'm going to go down the red carpet with him and sit there and smile and pose and have all these diamonds. Because it's like, okay, I guess you guys are happy. I guess you guys are okay. So then when you come out and say, oh, this man is abusing me, he's hitting me, we're like, what? But y'all was just smiling yesterday. Hey, Abby, it's very confusing. I don't know, for me, I don't know about other people, but for me at least, it's very confusing. Because every time you're outside, you are playing into his image. Even with Kim Porter, you're smiling, you're wearing gowns, you seem happy to be there. You seem happy to be in that relationship. You seem happy there. So when you say things like, oh, believe me the first time, I'm like, I don't know. Because what is going on? Because I do feel like that's also very deceitful. You are like, you're helping someone to deceive the public. You're helping him to have a better public image when you know he's a monster. You know he's a monster. So that helps him to keep doing what he's doing. So people are like, oh yeah, he's probably a good dude. Oh, he's probably a good boyfriend. He's probably this. So then when you come out later and say, oh, by the way, he was hitting me, by the way, I was abused, it's like, we didn't see it. We didn't see it. Because y'all cover up for these abusers. You cover up for these people. But then you want to make it seem like it's our fault for not believing you the first time. Did you even believe yourself? Okay, did you believe yourself? Because I'm like, this is really weird. This is very bizarre. Hold on, where's her comment? Right? It's very bizarre. It is very bizarre. You know, I don't understand how people get beat up, cheated on. That's just me. I don't like, you go through all this stuff and you keep getting pregnant over and over by this man. So it's like, it can be very confusing. Hey, could you do like, it can be very confusing. It can be very, very confusing. I can understand how a lot of people can be confused. I can understand why a lot of people might not want to believe you, because between the images that they see, the videos that they see, the lovey-dovey stuff, the jewelry, the money, the trips, the that, it's like, where is this abuse taking place? Where's the abuse taking place? You know, so you also got to give the same way you want people to give you grace when you come out and tell your story. You also got to give people who don't believe you right away, you got to give them grace too, because it's like, well, it never came off like you were being abused, you know, because all of y'all, I'm not you, I'm trying to be funny, but I do feel like all of them, not just Diddy, all of them, from the bodyguards who are not writing books. I'm like, oh, so the reason why you stayed, because you want to have enough dirt so that one day you could have a tell-all book. Because I'm not understanding. People don't call the police. Nobody's quitting. Nobody's running to the press. People wait for 10 years, 12 years, 30 years, right? Then they say, oh, when I used to work for Diddy, this is what I noticed. I'm like, okay, but you are also complicit in the abuse. Because how can you work for someone and you see him beat up a person every single day? You don't intervene. And you say, well, the reason why I stayed was so I could protect her. Are you sure? Or did you stay because you also wanted to make sure that one day you would have enough tea so you could write a book or you could sell your story? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but it feels like one connecting thread with all these people is the love of money. It really does. Now let's go to Kim. Kim hasn't said anything. People went on. So here, here's Misa's page. Here is her page. You know? And I'm like, you got to have a better strategy, sis, because you need to speak up. You really do need to speak up. They also went on Mary J's page because people are asking Mary J, like, are you going to speak up about this? So she's also very quiet. Let me show her page over here. Was it this one? Let me see. It was one of her pages. It was one of her posts. Hold on. Yeah. So a lot of people are in her comments, right? Asking her, so you gonna talk about, I guess Mary also has an allegation against her. There's this man who said that when he was 15 years old, he was like, he was trafficked, I guess. They flew him out to go meet Mary J, and she wanted to have relations with him. So I guess people are kind of ignoring it. I don't know, right? But it's like, so people are asking her, like, when are you going to talk about this? You know, say something about this, et cetera, et cetera. Then you have other people who are saying, like, well, y'all need to leave her alone. Don't bring that to her page, et cetera, et cetera. But I don't agree. Because on many occasions too, what is it called? Okay. Like on many occasions, like Mary J has spoken about her abuse because, you know, she was abused by Cassie and JoJo. They were in a relationship together. He was also signed to Diddy. They were also signed to Diddy, right? So she has spoken on her DV situation with Cassie. I guess, I don't know. I feel like this girl, a lot of men in this industry put hands on her. I really do. Let's see what this guy says.
She was messing around with Tupac, right?
Yeah, they messed around on while she was with Casey. She was coming around, and Pac was he had a relationship with Mary. Matter of fact, I went with Pac to Casey, and it was this big popular nice hotel called the Peninsula Hotel in Beverly Hills, and they got into it at the Peninsula.
My God.
And so me and Pac went. She called him. We went to go pick her up. She came running down the side street out of the hotel. I think she jumped out of the window, to be honest. And she just popped up from nowhere. And, we went and picked her up and took her back to Pac Wilshire spot. And because she said Casey was putting hands on her that night. But, that was their past.
Yeah. So he used to put his hands on her. Let me see what you
Boy, what was going on? I couldn't even enjoy my success. And I was in a relationship where we were both young, both super successful. I loved him, but neither one of us could handle the success of our lives. So it became very dark, the whole thing, and abusive. So there was a lot of just manipulation. It was like, but I was still there, like, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna dumb myself all the way down, I'm gonna play myself all the way down so I don't think I'm special, so I can be with you. Boy, what was going on? I couldn't even enjoy my success.
This one has music. This one has music. Yeah, but they had a very toxic. Let me see if I can find it here on YouTube. Hold on. Let me see what this is about. Because he was beating on her terribly. Ooh, Lord.
Mistake it was, and I was on this show.
People didn't know. You didn't really speak about it.
Right.
Was that such a huge mistake for you?
Yeah, I realized it was a huge mistake because I was in London when I realized what a big mistake it was, and I was on this show, and he had given me a ring, an engagement ring, but we were on tour together when we were in London, and this lady, she was so mean, I don't know what show it was, and she said, "So you engaged?" I said, "Yeah, I'm engaged." I was happy, and she said, "Well, let me show you a clip."
I have to ask this really quickly. Jodie Sue on a show earlier on in the series, and Terry asked Casey this question. Have a look at this.
Now you're going to break a few hearts because I've heard that you're going to marry Mary J. Blige, aren't you? That's a rumor for the States too, Casey is not getting married.
Now, was he being super cool or what? Are you getting married?
No, we're not getting married.
I was just going to say, I'm very confident.
No, we're not getting married.
We're not getting married now.
Not married now? So there's no huge engagement ring?
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Let's move on, please.
Okay. But now?
And that killed me right there. That let me know, okay, it's not all, And that was a nightmare in itself, the whole situation. And the My Life album stemmed from so much hurt, like, from there. You hit it. When I was supposed to let go, I started feeling like, nah, I can't let these, I just can't let these women take what I know I worked so hard for, what I cried over every night. And
you see what she said right there? Did y'all hear what she said right there? Right? Because Casey's in there like really like beating her up. It is not a joke. They would do bad drugs together, like get drugs so high. She said one time she saw the devil, but she didn't want to go into it. I remember that. She said, "Oh, it got so dark. It's like the devil himself appeared to her." And they started having a conversation. I was like, "Oh my gosh, what kind of drugs are these?" Right? So the drugs are really, really bad. They're doing a lot of drugs, hard drugs, you guys. He is beating the dog crap out of her. You understand? But then she said, oh, I knew I had to leave, but I couldn't see myself leaving because the stuff I had worked so hard for, I could see myself let another woman come in there and take. And it's like, Mary, you work hard for what? Like, what is there to take? He's a drug addict and he's violent. He is seriously violent, right? And maybe that's the psychology of Kim. Maybe that was the psychology of Misa. Maybe that's also the psychology of little Kim, right? But it's like this really sick, dark psychology. It really needs to be addressed because it is an awful perspective. It's an awful way to look at it. And the longer you look at things this way, the more you're going to stay in a situation that is seriously harmful to you. This is seriously harmful, right? He is toxic. He is so toxic. Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
But I actually, fought and been abused by and been, you know what I'm saying? I just felt that's where the lack of self-love came in. Because I felt like I'd rather stay and take a beating than let him go.
Wow.
Because I felt like if I let him go.
Wow. Do y'all hear this? Are y'all still here? Y'all asleep? Y'all hear something? What the ads got y'all lost somewhere? Okay. But did you hear what she said? I'd rather take a beating than to let him go. Oh my gosh. Oh my Lord. Wow. I think like we really need to study, like ask people a question like, why do so many pretty people have such low self-esteem and such low self-worth like this? It's insane to me. This is crazy. And she talking like he's her dad. Like, oh, I'd rather take a beating than to go. Girl, not like, I don't believe man and woman are equal, but it's like he's your man though. Like in terms of like relationship, because it's it's a romantic relationship, right? He ain't your daddy. I'd rather sit here and take a beating. Like it sounds like your daddy about to come because you didn't do your homework or you didn't clean your room. Girl, that's your man. That's not your daddy. Like what's going on over here? Oh, Val, he used to beat her so badly. Like they would just do, maybe it was also the drugs, because the kind of drugs they were on, when you take drugs that let you see Satan, okay, that sounds like some drug stuff. Because I think Mary used to do crack. I think she used to do crack. And the thing about crack, when they take that cocaine and they mix it up with whatever they mix it up with, only God knows what these people be mixing up the crack. It's like people who do crack, like people who do crack, honestly, God loves them. Like if you do crack and you're still alive, God really does love you, because every time you buy a batch of crack, only God knows what's in there. You know what I'm saying? Only God knows what's in there, because a lot of these drug dealers, they don't care about their clients. They'll put baking soda, they'll put this type of stuff. So like you don't know. So I feel like every time somebody takes crack and they manage to wake up, God really loves you. Like God really, really loves you, because it's Russian roulette with these powders. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's the slavery, but she didn't live the slavery, but it's really concerning. Like it's really, really concerning. And that needs to really be talked about. Oh, I'd rather sit here and take a beating. Oh my gosh. Beat who? My flesh? Oh no. Oh, you guys, I swear. Mm-mm. And the thing I feel like that's why I said it's different cultures within cultures, right? Because I don't know, maybe she would, maybe she wouldn't, I don't know, but I don't think a Black girl who grew up middle class or grew up in the suburb would accept that type of behavior. I think the reason why people like Diddy, people like Puffy, people like Diddy, people like Jay-Z, people like Cassie and them, like the boys, the Black boys in this music industry, right? The reason why they go after the hood girls, right? People from the hood, the project, because those girls come from a system that teaches them to be quiet. You know what I mean? Like it's the hood, the project, low education, don't have much education, don't have much parents, don't have a stable home, because they come from a culture that tells them you don't talk. You keep it to yourself. We don't talk. We don't talk to police. We don't talk to counselors. Womp, 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 womp. So these entertainment guys, right? They have a thing for these girls because they know they will put up with the mess. They're not going to talk, and you can treat her any way you want to. And the reason why I say that, I mean, it's quite obvious, but you know that one song Jay-Z did? I Love Girls, right? Let me show you the lyrics. Let me see, because I'm like this. That's why it always triggered me. Hold on. I told you I can't stand Sean Carter. Okay, so here's the song, right? Here are the lyrics of the song. Let me show you what he says after the Miss Fufu part. Let me show y'all where he says, the French shake, Indian shake, da-da-da. Hold on. You see? This part always triggered me because I'm like, you a colorist. And you're like, you a colorist, you're a classist, like you just ain't crap. I don't like Jay-Z, in case you didn't know this, but look at this one. He said, I got this young chick, she's so immature. She like, why you don't buy me Reeboks no more? She's Black American. That's how he sees her. Like to show out in public. She throws tantrums on the floor, gotta toss a couple dollars just to shut up her holler. You see this? Got a project chick that plays her part. And if it goes down, y'all, that's my heart. Why? Because she'll keep it secret. Okay? Baby girl so thorough, she been with me from the start. Hit my drugs from the narcs, hit my gun by the parts. Okay? You see this? This, like, look at how, because this boy, I can't stand him. I really cannot stand him. I cannot stand this man. Oh, Lord Jesus. Hold on. So when it comes to the, what is it? How to go? Hold on. I'm going to find it for y'all. Give me a second. Okay? Right? So, you see, this is the African chick. This is how he took this. This dude is crazy. So to the Black African girl, this is what he got to say. He said, I got this African chick with my Eddie Murphy on her skull. She like Jigga Man. Why you treat me like animal? I'm like, excuse me, Miss Fufu, but when I met your ass, you was dead broke and naked. What the freak? And now you're one half. Okay? You see that? So that's like for the African girl. So I guess we're like Miss Fufu over here. I said, who is he talking to? You guys, that song came out when I was in high school. Oh, I was triggered. I was so triggered. I was like, who is he talking to? And then when it comes to the Black American girl, this is how he talks to her. So she's over here, right? So he describes her as, oh, she's young. She's this young girl. She's immature. She's like, why don't you buy me Reeboks no more? Okay. She likes to show out in public, all the tantrums on the floor. And so you throw her a couple dollars just to shut up her holler, right? Got a project chick. And you see, there you go. She plays her part. Okay, if it goes down, y'all, that's my heart, right? Because she's about to put herself in a really bad position. She's about to put herself in a really harmful position. If it goes down, y'all, that's my heart. No, she needs to start running because people start shooting. She needs to save her life. Baby girl so thorough. She's been with me from the start. Hit my drugs from the narcs. Hit my guns by the parts. But then it's like, oh, but then the model chick, which I'm sure is the white woman. Okay, she don't cook or clean. She dressed her butt off, There's even a part here he talks about the white girl. Where's the French girl? Hold on. What would I do? What happened to my lyrics? Okay, we're right here, right? Hold on. Control F. Okay. You see? Now look at him. Talking about the white girl. He said, oh, I got this French chick that loves to French kiss. She thinks she's Bo Derek. Wear her hair in a twist. My chérie amour. Tu es belle. Okay? Merci. You fine AF. Okay? But you're giving me hell. Like, you see how he talks? Like, you see how he talks differently? Oh, I sure do. That thing stuck with me. I was in high school when that came out. I was like, hold up, wait a minute. Like, what are you saying? Okay. But when he talks about different ethnicities based on who's lighter or who has white skin, he's a bit more of a gentleman, right? He's a bit more of a gentleman. When it comes over here to the Black people, like the Spanish girl, it's like, it's a little half and half. But when it gets to like the Black girl, the one that's Black American, the one that's African, oh no, he ain't got time for your ass. Okay. He don't have that. It's like this is how they see you. Like if you're a girl from the project, if you're a girl from the hood, this is what you're good for. You know what I'm saying? This is what you're good for. This is what you're good for. You're good to hide stuff. You're good to be complicit. You're good to be putting your life at risk, your freedom at risk, right? And he gonna buy you a few Reeboks and give you a little bit of dollars. I'm like, why would you ever say that? Oh no. I told y'all I don't like him for a reason. Okay. Hey T. So sad. Look at this generation now. Even more sad, but glammed up and praised by the culture. Look at Krishan and Blueface. Exactly. And what did Blueface say? He said, oh, the difference between him and Chris Brown is that he beat up a girl that nobody cares about, pretty much. Remember? Remember what he said? Like they prey, like I'm telling you, they prey on people.
Cause you beat up the wrong bitch. Yeah. You got a bad judge. Like, you feel me? We didn't all get the same judge. Cause yeah, I got a bitch, you feel me? She gonna fight back, so I'm gonna get less time. You feel me? You beat up you beat up the wrong bitch. You beat up the bitch that just performed at the Super Bowl. And you like, yeah, like, I'm sorry, fool. Like, you should have got you a little ghetto bitch or something that you could fight with. That's what I.
You see? What did he say? You see this? So it's like, you see what I'm trying to say? They are fully aware of who they put their hands on. They are fully aware of who they put their hands on. These people, they're not stupid. They're not just like reckless abusers. Oh, I'm just going to hit her. I'm going to hit her. No. They know who they put their hands on. They know who's going to be complicit, right? They also know where to hit. Because that's the part that really had me messed up, because I'm like, he was hitting Cassie, he was hitting Kim, but I don't see bruises too. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, you know, and of course, abuse is not just physical with like the actual bruises, but like if you can see this man running with a towel on, no underwear, he's running, chasing this girl in a very bougie hotel, right? It's like he puts his hands on people. So I'm like, where are the bruises? But then I was like, you know what, Marlene, this dude right here, he knows where to hit. He knows where to hit. Probably gonna hit you on your back because it's gonna have a dress. So if I hit you in the back, they might not see it, right? He might hit you on your thighs. He might hit you inside your legs, right? Like places where you could cover up, but he's probably not gonna touch your arms. He's probably not gonna touch your face. You know what I'm trying to say? I was like, oh, because I was like, hold up, wait a minute. You know, because like all these gowns, like the gowns they're wearing and stuff, I'm like, where are the damn bruises? Where is she? Oh, you know, I'm like, where are the bruises? But I'm like, this dude probably knows because he's done this for so long, right? He knows where not to put his hands. I said, oh, Jesus. Then I got this really eerie feeling about it. Like, oh my gosh. But I said, my dad passed away from those drugs. My family is so toxic. It makes me so sad. I'm so different. I didn't realize I was in the same sad trap that is not okay. Yes. That's why I'm like, and this is why, besides the whole money thing, okay, I do want the money though. Besides like Misa talking because she needs to secure her funds also because she has to. Because this man might not have any money because they could really seize his account. So it's like you got to get to work. You got to be proactive. You have to be proactive, right? But my thing is, when it comes to Mary, when it comes to Misa, when it comes to Little Kim, right? And that's what I was saying yesterday about Black influencers, Black women influencers, not wanting to really be vulnerable like this. Because if you speak up, you three ladies speak up, you have no idea how many people will be set free. You know what I'm saying? Like when they say, like, number one, they usually say, like, you're only as sick as your secrets. It is so true, right? It is so true. You're only as sick as your secrets, because the darker the secret, the worse the disease. That's number one. Number two, the people who love you, your family, your children, right? Especially all the girls who are connected to you, they will also be sick. You might think that you're protecting them, but when you hide stuff from people, when you hide stuff from other girls, when you don't teach the girls coming behind you what you went through and what they had to look out for, they will fall in the exact same pit. And they'll be just as sick, if not even more sick than you. That's why I said I could see Misa trying to protect the twins because, oh, they're like 17, whatever, and you don't want them to have all this stuff, but they need to know. They need to know who their dad truly is. Because the sooner they go through it, the sooner they can heal. Because one day it could hit them. It could hit them at 20, at 25, at 30. And you'll see these young girls, they will never be able to be in a healthy relationship with a man. Because most likely they'll go after someone like Diddy, who knows how to manipulate people. Because his love is nothing more than manipulation. Diddy's not a good person. He's not sincere. He is truly not sincere. Even these children, he uses these children as a weapon. Like, oh, look, I'm a good dad. I'm a good dad. Because he knows what being a father means to the culture. You know what I'm saying? He knows what being a good dad means to the culture. He knows when you say, oh, as a Black man, I take care of my kids, right? Like, it means something to the culture. It really does. You know, there are certain things that Black people in America look for. And if you can show these type of traits or you can say these things, they kind of feel safer around you. But being a father and being there for your kids, that is something that means a lot to the culture. So it's like when it comes to these kids, right? You even want to, I don't think you love them kids, but you understand that these kids are they're part of your decor. The kids are part of the decor. They're like part of his costumes. They're his accessories, right? But I'm like, if you love your children, you would think about your actions. There's no way you can say, oh, I love my kids, and you running up like this, and when you know they have cameras everywhere, what are you doing? There's no way you can say you love your kids, but you compromise your safety, your freedom to be able to be there and to raise them, right? There's no way you love your kids. You know your house is getting raided, but you leave Justin and Christian in there by themselves. How do you leave your sons in there by themselves? You know they're coming for you. Why are you not there? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this dude, he's not a good person. And I even feel like when it comes to his children, he probably has them competing for his love. Who will lie for me? Who will cover for me? Who will do this for me? This man is sick. He is seriously unhinged. Like, he's disgusting. He's a monster. I'm like, nobody's child is safe next to him. I don't put it past him. He is crazy. He got Kim Porter pregnant. He got her best friend pregnant. The girls were pregnant at the same time. The girls are hood triplets. He doesn't love anybody but himself. That's what he loves. You gotta make peace with this. But I'm like, when it comes to Mary, when it comes to Kim, you know, when it comes to Misa, you have to break this toxic cycle. You got to start telling the truth, and you got to call things for what they are. Even Kim, it angers me. Every time she shows up and she tries to represent for Big Papa, she was posting about Christopher. I said, girl, Christopher never loved you. This is not what love is. You were a freaking product. Wake up, Kim. Get on my nerves. You were a product to him. He never loved you. This is not what love looks like. This whole little Kim image is a what? Like, you're nothing more than a what? Okay? Your entire image was crafted by this man. Okay? These nasty lyrics he had you saying out here. You see? Look at him. I'm like, what the freak? Well, look at him. Okay, you love what about him? He was a dark person. I mean, not just the dark stuff. I'm saying, like, he was dark on the inside. He was full of hatred. He was full of hatred. He was full of misogyny. He was full of lies. He was full of deceit. How many times he put his hands on you? You know what I'm saying? I'm like something is wrong out here. Something is really wrong. You cannot be praising your abuser. Because you feel like what? He did something for you? He made you famous? He made you famous as what? What did he make you famous as? Look at your pictures. Look at your content. Look at your music. Look at the lyrics that you wrote. And no love. But when it came to Faith Evans, Faith was out here having an R&B career. Talk about, oh, I never knew there was a love like this before. Okay? He never handled Faith the way he handled you. Like, Faith always had a good image. Exactly. He didn't love you. Okay, he left you. He told you to go have an abortion, and then he went and married Faith Evans. Okay? You went and had a whole abortion. You went and murked your baby. Okay? And the whole time, we never saw Faith Evans have to show her coochie, her private parts, having to squat, do all kinds of weird stuff like this, right? Faith was really protected. I'm live, Kevin. I'm live, Mark. Okay? Faith was really protected. But even Faith, she's not out here celebrating every birthday, every milestone, every anniversary. She moved on because most likely she's like, you know what? This man was toxic. I got out of it what I was supposed to get out of it. Be gone somewhere, right? But it's like every time you see Kim, it's like she always does the very most. And I'm like, what did he do for you, sis? Okay? He didn't even love himself. This dude hated himself. He hated himself. You get older, you listen to his music, you see how he treated women, right? No, Toya, she got abused. Y'all, they are abusing everybody. Understand what I'm trying to say? These dudes right here, these hip-hop dudes, these rapper dudes, these industry dudes, these guys have no respect for women. They have utterly no respect for women. They put their hands on everybody, right? So my issue with the Black girls is even when they get their asses whooped, they are still complicit in helping these men salvage their image. That's my issue. Like, I'm like, where this is not going to get you anywhere. You understand? Cassie comes in. She, I guess, experiences some of what the Black girls have gone through, right? But she doesn't live by the code. She goes to a lawyer, she exposes these people, and she walks away with the bag, she walks away with flowers, she walks away with public support, etc., right? But my thing is, you as a Black woman, you could have been a broken Black woman. Now you're so much older. Do you not understand that this code of not snitching, this code of, oh, let me help this man have a good image, let me be a ride or die, it will get you absolutely nowhere. You are living a freaking lie. And you're not helping people because the majority of your audience are a bunch of Black girls. And it's very toxic to tell a Black girl that an abuser is somewhat of the love of your life. And love of your life where? Where? He loved you where? He loved you where? Like, it triggers me. It's like when people break up with people and they're like, oh, I miss my ex. Girl, bye. He is your ex for a reason. People have a tendency of like, they always want to just glamorize, just think about the good days. No, remember the bad days also, because they played a part into why you broke up with his ass in the first place. He is toxic. Some people don't love themselves. That's what the Bible says. You don't cast the pearls to the swine. A lot of these dudes out here are nothing more than swines. They are wretched souls. They will never love you. They will never know how to care for you. They will never know how to handle you right. They will never know because these people they're damaged. There's no coming back from it. There's no coming back from it. There's absolutely no coming back from this. Christopher didn't love you, Kim. He used you. He was desperate. Okay, he was trying to build, I'm sure like he was trying to build his own label because if you remember from the interview with Cameron, with the girl on CNN, right? He was like, oh, Mace took me to Biggie, but he didn't take me to Diddy because I think Biggie was trying to start his own label. Maybe that's why Puffy also had him unalive. I think Puffy had something to do with this man being unalive also. Okay? Exactly. It can cost you your life, not even like your life, like physically, like pew pew, like you're dead kind of stuff, right? But it can cost you your life in terms of like your mental life, you know, because when you are dared by this no snitching, don't call the police, all that goofy crap, right? You are putting yourself in a mental prison. You're going to suffer because you're not standing up for yourself. You're not standing up for yourself. Right? And when you don't stand up for yourself, you're going to die on the inside. You're going to die on the inside. If they don't unalive you, depression going to get you. Okay? The self-deletion ain't going to come after you. You could seriously have a nervous breakdown. Always lying for somebody else. This is not what freedom looks like. I mean, like, damn, it's America. Like, you're an American citizen. You have the right to be free. You have the right to thrive. Like, it's part of the Constitution, damn it. Okay? Like, F this stuff. That's why I say, like, I'm so against this whole, like, black culture, because it makes it feel like your loyalty is to the Black culture. No, your loyalty is to yourself. Okay? Because a huge part of the culture is so toxic. It is so toxic. And, you know, the funny thing is, I was thinking about that yesterday. Y'all have to go, like, 25 minutes, right? I was like, you see this DNA, this Black DNA, this West African DNA, because the majority of you of West African descent, right? This West African DNA, there's something in there. And I say this all the time. There's something in there. Because when I look at Kim, I look at Misa, I look at Mary J, I look at like the abuse that goes on in Black American culture. I see the abuse that goes on in West African culture. It's the same thing. Oh, don't leave him. Hold on to your heart. Oh, like, you know, a lot of African wives, especially West African wives, because I'll speak on that because I'm West African, but they'll say things like, oh, my daughter, hold on to your heart, you know, blow, like they'll say like blow the steam off your heart. I'm like, what the heck? No, he's about to kill her. He's going to kill her, you know, and people will send you back to your husband knowing dang well it's a very unsafe situation. It is so unsafe, but it's your job to help him with his career. It's your job to not do this. It's your job not to cry. It's your job to don't cry in front of the children. I'm like, yo, hold up. Wait a minute. Okay, y'all some crazy people. Right. So that's how I knew, for example, that I didn't want to marry someone from like my culture, like Ivorian culture. Hell no, because we have a culture that is complicit in destruction. Exactly. We have a culture that is complicit in destruction because the way we raise boys and we raise girls in West African culture, right? We'll tell the girl to really be about that wife life, right? But we don't tell the man to also be about that husband life. You know, we don't raise children the same. You know what I'm saying? You should tell a boy and a girl to both value marriage, right? You should tell a boy and a girl, you know, you got to respect people. You have to love people. You don't harm people. And because you are a boy, especially, you can do a lot of harm. You know, that's why I always say, like, sexual indiscipline, it is a serious act of violence. Because if a man is with this girl, then he goes and sleeps with this girl. When these girls find out, they're going to start fighting. You know, that's why I don't play around with sexual indiscipline. It leads to violence. Right? Because women are very territorial when it comes to who they love. They don't like to share. That's why I'm like, oh, I can be like a man. I can sleep with this man. You are lying to yourself, sis. Who hurt you? Okay? Tell us the truth. We're going to get you to healing. Okay? A woman is not like that. It takes a lot for a woman to give her heart to a man. And when she gives her heart to him, like she said, like Mary said, I'd rather sit here and get my behind tossed up than to leave. You understand? A man not going to think like that. If he's not satisfied, he's going to go find somebody else. These people don't care. Okay? The way you see Lauren London out here, she's still crying over Nipsey Hussle. Okay? Nipsey, if Lauren London had died, Nipsey Hussle, what's his name? What's his name again? Nipsey Hussle, whatever, the boy, okay? You think Nipsey Hussle would have been out here crying for 3 years, for 4 years, and not having the sex? No. She would have died today. He would have buried her tomorrow, like, well, you know, it's God's will. Okay, I'm still a man. He would have had a man by next week. Right? Another one. This girl right here too, she needs deliverance. Okay? She needs to be delivered. He did not love her also. Okay? Because low-key, high-key, maybe a reason why he got with you, because you have children with Weezy the baby. These are broken men. They're just trash, okay? They're just trash. You gain nothing. I'm being so serious. You gain absolutely nothing by protecting a piece of a man that will not hesitate to walk upside your head, to hurt you, to do all kinds of stuff to you. I grew up to Big and Little Kim. The whole thing was toxic. It was toxic. Okay? I grew up in the DMV. We knew dang well he was messing with Charlie Baltimore. Even Charlie Baltimore too. He was beating her behind. He was beating her. He was beating on Kim. He was beating Faith Evans. They just beat everybody. Biggie had no problem talking about when he was in the booth recording music, he had girls coming over there to slide on his knob, okay? In the studio while he was in all these relations. So he has multiple girlfriends and he's still having all kinds of nasty engagement with all kinds of broads, right? Because he's a broken piece of crap. This boy didn't love himself. Okay, and he talks about it in his music, however black and ugly as ever, whatever he was saying, right? This dude didn't love himself. The majority of these boys in hip hop, they do not love themselves. So you get close to someone like that, everything he hates about himself, he gonna put that on you. Then he gonna start beating you like you're an everlast punching bag. They beat up everybody. It's their culture. It really is their culture. They put their hands on people. They're not safe. I was sitting here yesterday too. This black girl, this boy, he was going to prom, right? This young man was going to prom. And I was like, and he had a picture of this one lady. And I'm thinking, they're like, oh, your mom, rest in peace. I thought it was a sister, actually, because she looked quite young. I'm like, this lady looks hella young, right? Come to find out, that's his mom. And come to find out, she's gone because she was unalived. Okay? She was unalived. And I knew it was a Pookie. I was like, this man, it has to be a degenerate. Because I'm like, because we teach black women to go after men like this. And now, oh, if he hits you because he really loves you, okay? If he's aggressive because he really loves you. No, that's not love. He's insecure. And matter of fact, he might be jealous of you. And when a man is jealous of you, you need to run for your natural life. You need to run and protect your life. Nothing good happens when a pretty girl dates an ugly man, okay? Nothing good gonna come out of it. You date a man that has low self-esteem, low confidence, it's going to get violent because he will resent you because you are comfortable in your skin. You are very pretty. You get lots of compliments. You are a social butterfly. Ooh, girl. He going to snap the wings off of you, okay? Just like when you watch the story of Maleficent. I don't know if you guys watched the movie of Maleficent. The king, before he was a king, he lied to her and he cut off her wings. He cut off her wings. Now he want to sit here, don't know why she became so dark, because you clipped her wings off. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, you guys. Let me show you. I got two things to show you, right? The first thing is what? What is her name? I didn't forget. I gotta see the time.
Okay. I'll leave 1:30.
Okay. So, where's her face? Right? So this lady right here, this is the young lady here, Jamaica. She was 38 years old. I said, this girl with her pretty face, she went and picked herself a bum. I knew it. I knew it. This man unalived her in front of her 3 kids. Right? So I was like, I just knew he was a bum. Okay? I just knew it. And when I found his face, let me show y'all his face. Let me show you. You see? Look at this. You see this? Does it match? Does it match? I knew it. Does it match? I was like, with your pretty, why would you go for something like this? Why? Why? Why would you bring this thing into your house near your kids? For what reason? Okay? A man like this, he's going to be jealous of you, Jamaica. You are too pretty. It is real. Male jealousy is a real thing. Maybe one day I need to do a live on this. Male jealousy is a real thing. When you are a pretty girl, you have to go for a pretty boy to some extent. Okay? Because you need someone too that's used to getting compliments, that's used to being told he's handsome, that's used to being told he's attractive. Because male jealousy is real. It is very real. And then you start reading on her story because she was doing her sister's hair. She was doing somebody's hair. They were getting ready to go out and he didn't want her to go out because once again, he's insecure. He's insecure, right? So because of that, he grabs a gun. Pew! So if nobody can have you, if I can't have you, nobody will. You see, insecure type of dudes, right? And the majority, okay, no, I'm telling y'all, ladies, I am being so serious. You gotta know his self-esteem. If it's not there, if his self-esteem is not there, his self-worth is not there, especially y'all, stay away. I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to be serious. Date somebody that looks like he has something to lose. Okay? That's why I tell y'all, that's why I say, like, even for me, I'm not into the whole, like, let's go on a date at night, let's go grab drinks. No, I want to see you in the broad daylight. I want to see you between the hours of 9 to 5. I need to know what you do. You see, that's why I said, I don't have an issue with the Starbucks on the first date, Panera Bread on the first date, because I need to know if you're someone who knows how to be awake, knows how to dress, okay, knows how to conduct yourself during business hours. Because most likely, if we do like lunch or we do coffee, you're probably going to come during your lunch break if you have a job. Okay? You get what I'm trying to say? Okay? You get what I'm trying to say? Because nighttime, anybody can be a night charming armor. You understand me? Nighttime, anybody can come flossing. You could borrow somebody's car. You could wear I don't know. You guys, ladies, I am telling you, listen to me. Listen to me. Meet this man during the hours of 9 to 5. You're going to see what you need to see. Because if he comes dressed like he has a job and he's like, I don't know, a manager or somebody that has responsibilities, you already know. He knows. He can get up in the morning. He can take care of himself. He can come out here and be presentable. Nighttime, even the most ugliest of people look attractive at night because there's alcohol involved. And I got time for that. Let me meet you real quick. Because most likely, if he has a job, he's going to come to you during his lunch break. So you get to see what, like, I need to see you real quick. You'll see. Because I'm telling you, the way people present themselves is a reflection of their mindset. You understand me? If you meet a man and he's dressing in slacks, proper shirt, smelling good, his hair is cut, he's shaving, girl, he has something to lose. Like he has some type of mind about himself. He has some type of mind about himself. And that's what it's not everything, but it's already a good sign. You need to have some type of mind about yourself. You got to meet people in broad daylight. Daylight is for the children of God. Nighttime is demon time. Okay? I need you to. I was watching this other girl. I gotta go soon, y'all. I was watching this other girl, and she was like, yeah, that the guy she met this boy on Hinge. And he said to her, oh, do you want to go out for some drinks? And she was like, yeah, sure. I'm like, here we go. Okay? Crazy behavior. Okay? When you meet somebody on a dating app, it's off attraction. You know, they like your picture, they like what you see, you like what you see. It's off attraction. So if you're attracted to someone and then you invite them out to drink, there's alcohol involved. The next thing is what? Having sex or kissing or touching. That's moving a little too fast. Okay, I'll see you in the morning. Let's go have Panera Bread. You can have Panera Bread. You can have Chipotle. Just something that you can do during the daylight to see. You want to see him come out the office, or he needs to come out like the place where he is. But you need to know what a man does between the hours of 9 to 5, y'all. You need to see it. You understand me? You need to see it for yourself. I'm not playing with you. Nighttime, hell no. We can go nighttime later. But during the daytime, I need to see you during the daytime. It's really important to me. And I remember like years ago, okay, that I remember years ago too, I made the video because I told you, I said, my husband's an engineer. You work from 9 to 5. I don't do doctors, lawyers, all these weirdos. I don't do that, right? And so this girl got upset. What's her name? China Renee. I'll never forget that. China Renee got upset. She's like, oh, but I met my husband at a nightclub, or she met her husband at a strip club. And I said, well, I said what I said, right? I'm not marrying somebody I met in a nightclub. Because in the words of Adam, you know, Latoya's forever husband, he said, to the streets she goes. If you meet somebody in the streets, they're going to go back to the streets, right? If you meet a man in the strip club, you already know what kind of man he is. You will never be able to satisfy this man. He has some real sexual perversions. Okay? He's this right here. No. No. Leave him at the strip club. If he likes to go to strip clubs, girl, because sexual deviancy leads to violence. Even if it's not physical violence, even if it's not emotional violence, it's going to turn into financial violence. Because that money he's spending at the strip club, that's the money that should be in your household to take care of your kids. We don't have time for this. Right? I met the man at the club. Another one, another deviant. He's not ready yet. Leave him in the club. The where you found. No, it's true, T. Do not play around with sexual deviancy. You meet a man that has a porn addiction, run for your life. He's sick. Because I said there are certain doors that should not be open. Pornography leads you to, you don't even see a woman anymore. You just see a sexual thing. So now it's like all the stuff you see in these pornography things, you want to do that to her. Hey, that's somebody's child. These girls who do the sex work, I guess they made a decision to do that kind of stuff. I don't know, right? But when a man has an obsession with pornography, he's consuming pornography, he's going to try to do those things onto you. And that's not okay. Because the way he sees you should be completely different than the way he sees a girl who does the pornography. You know what I'm saying? Would you have, if this girl, you thinking, oh, one day I want to marry this girl, I want her to be the mother of my children. Is it okay to handle her body this way? Not every sexual position is okay. Like, hold up, wait a minute. You understand? But because he watches so much porn, you know, and the thing about pornography too, is that it teaches you to only think about yourself. You know, if a man consumes a lot of pornography, okay, you see, you should have met him during the day. He was not going to make it during the day because he probably does the stuff at night and he sleeps during the day. Okay. But the thing about pornography teaches you that it's about your pleasure. So the people who are, the men who are really into consuming pornography, right? They're probably going to be very brutal. You know, they're very brutal. They're very aggressive. They will probably hurt you, cut you, you know, because you can get cut, you know what I'm saying? But it's like the way they'll have, the way they'll sleep with you, you are really going to feel like somebody actually sexually assaulted you. It's not going to feel good. You understand? Because if you sleep with someone and you don't feel like your needs are also being met, but the person is like really aggressive and doing all these weird things to you, you're going to get up and feel very disgusting. Like you're gonna be like, wow, I feel like I was violated. Even though you gave your consent, but you didn't consent to like all this stuff happening, but he can help himself because his inspiration for how to make, in his head, he's thinking he's making love or he's effing, I don't know, but it's coming from a very dark place. You know what I'm saying? It's coming from a very dark place. And even after that too, he's still gonna want more. So then he's gonna start masturbating. I mean, girl, it's a really sick addiction to have. It's a very sick addiction to have. You see it, you meet a man who's not into pornography, who does not consume the porn, right? The way he'll make love to a woman will be so completely different because he sees her as a woman, right? The majority of these boys in hip hop, whatever, they are obsessed with the porn. Look at Kanye. Okay, Kanye's out here trying to have a whole website so he can compete with Pornhub. Something is off with you. Imagine having intimacy with Kanye. It's gonna be a nightmare. It's gonna be so awful. Like you're really, like you're really gonna feel like you're being great. You can consent to sleep with a man, and you can the whole time you feel like, what the freak is happening to my body? What is he doing to me? And even after you get up, you're like, was I just assaulted? Because the whole thing, it don't even feel like you slept with a human. It feel like you slept with Wolverine or some kind of beast. You know what I'm saying? And think about how that's going to make you feel. Like, what the freak just happened to me? Because you never experienced anything like this. Because honestly, did you even really have sex with a human? I don't know. But there's something about pornography that makes people unhinged. And when they look at you, they don't even see a woman. They see a thing that is going to allow me to just experiment whatever I want to do. Oh, no, not with my body. In the name of Jesus. Okay? Not with my body. So I said to me, you gotta meet a man between the hours of 9 to 5. So China got offended by what I said, because I guess she met her husband at the club, or she met him at the strip club. So then you fast forward, she posted a video about how she divorced the man. I said, I knew it. It was only a matter of time. But see, me, I'm still married because I knew it. And when she talked, she was like, oh, we didn't have our peace in the house. The girls were stressed. I was stressed. I couldn't be a mommy. I said, well, I wonder why. People always think I'm being mean. No, I'm just letting you know what it is. Dude, leave. No, not like China. China Renee. You know her. Where's she at? Hold on. You know China. Hold on. We're going to get back to Mary J. Hold on. She's like light skinned like this. She's from Atlanta. Ooh, I gotta go in 7 minutes. Oh my gosh. Her? Remember her? Remember her and her husband? They used to always dress the same and do all the stuff the same, right? This one, right? So it was like 2012, 13, something like that, right? I'm at the video. I said, no, do not marry a man that you met at the club or you met at the strip club. It ain't gonna last. It's just like even the same thing, people doing threesomes and stuff like that. There's a problem. There's a problem. The majority of people who do threesomes, it goes left. There's a divorce because someone is going to go behind somebody's back. Someone will go behind somebody's back. The person who agrees to the threesome, you actually love that person more than they love you, right? If a husband says to a wife, right, let's have a threesome, then and the wife says, okay, I'm okay with it. She loves him more. She loves him more, right? And it's a form of abuse. Hey, cat, right? It's a form of abuse. You love him more because there's no way. But because you're afraid, like Mary said, I'm afraid. So I'll just say yes, but you love him more. And he knows that. That's why he had the galls to come to your face and ask you that goofy ass question, right? And after that, he's going to do it behind. And even the fact that he wants you to see him sleep with somebody else, that is very violent. That's very cruel. That is cruel, because I don't know in what world you think this is enjoyable. Like imagine me sitting there and watching James have sex with another woman. Like, what kind of torture? This is abuse. It's very, very abusive, right? So you see, when T.I. asked that of Tiny, because we all know she loves him more, right? He doesn't really love her. He's grateful for her, right? When you look at T.I. and Tiny, it's gratitude. You know what I'm saying? I guess he's grateful because when he was broke, he didn't have nothing, right? She had his back. She took care of him, right? So for the culture, you got to hold her down. That's my ride or die. That's my day one. So for the culture, he going to keep her around. But he doesn't love her. She's not his type. Had he had money before her, he wouldn't have picked her ass, right? So you want me to stay around? This is what you're going to have to put up with. So she says yes, because Tiny loves him more. And it is really true. I'm not trying to be funny, but Tiny has neglected her children for her love for T.I. And he knows this. Clifford ain't shit. Right? Another one, abusive. And it's all kinds. You think he never put his hands on her? He probably did. Most likely did. But she gonna delude herself and think she got some real kind of love. You got some real kind of what? Girl, you're crazy. Right? You are really insane. But we've seen her self-esteem go down and down. The surgeries, go and put weird things in her eyes, weird things to her body. He has destroyed Tamika. He destroyed her. You know, to the point like even, hey, Aja, when you see her daughter, when you see Zonique, you see how damaged Zonique is because her mom was not there for her because she was too busy running behind this demon, this entity, okay? This vampire. He's a freaking vampire. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I need to be a rapper. I want to be in the studio. Studio what? We have a family. Even with China Renee too, her husband's like, he used to be like, oh, he wants to be a rapper. I said, sir, you are like in your 30s. Like, I think that ship had sailed. But she was going along with it. So when China sat there and she made her video about her divorce thing, I was like, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Because the kind of stuff this dude was interested in, I can see how y'all didn't have peace in the household. I can see how you were scared. I can see how you didn't feel like you were going to have financial security. And once again, China Renee, you have a girl who's very pretty, very gorgeous, right? But you go for this type of man. This is not going to end well. This is not going to end well. It's not going to end well. It really is not going to end well, right? So here we are again with this sister right here. I was like, I knew it. Before I even saw this man's face, I knew what he looked like. I told you about these no neck having people. I told you about these no neck having men. I told you about these people, right? I knew it. She has 4 kids, and he did it when her son was not there because her son is her first. Then the 3 girls behind the boy. He was not home. That's when he pulled the gun and he did what he did to her. I'm like, if her son was there, you wouldn't try that shit, would you? Right? I'm like, you are too pretty for him. I know it sounds vain to say it, but it's the truth though. You are too pretty for him. And male jealousy is real. When you're a pretty woman, you gotta be very careful. If you're very pretty, you're a social butterfly, you're very like gregarious, you love to laugh, you love to smile, you always have people around you, you always have people checking on you, it's going to trigger someone who doesn't have any of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but Beyonce was abused too though. Beyonce was abused. She probably still abused, okay? Right? But Beyonce was abused because Jay-Z is broken. And when you have a man who tells you, when you have a man who tells you that he grew up feeling ugly, he didn't grow up feeling attractive. Growing up, none of the girls were attracted to him. None of the light-skinned girls were attracted to him. So now that he has money, you know everything he does is out of revenge, right? He does things out of revenge. Jay-Z's broken too. Sean is very broken. That's why when she made the song about Lemonade, oh, he's cheating. I'm like, girl, did you never listen to his music? Okay. One thing about Sean, though, he's also been very consistent. He is a very broken. He talks about not having a daddy. He talks about not loving himself. He talks about not being attractive. He talks about all these pretty girls that used to make fun of him, laugh at him. Jay-Z has issues. He's always had issues loving himself. That's why he hides behind making money and being powerful and being rich, because I'm like, he doesn't feel good. You never see that type of energy from Nas because Nas was always a pretty boy. It's funny how nobody's coming out talking crazy about Nas, okay? Because Nas was always pretty. He was always a pretty boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't have to do all this like excessive wumpy wump, like, you know what I mean? Wanting behind somebody's head. Oh, I need to torture this woman and do all. I'm not saying he's perfect now, but there are certain things you're not going to get from Nas because he knows he's handsome. You know, I'm sure growing up, he was always told he was a pretty boy. He's a very pretty boy. He was born pretty. He is pretty. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's nothing new to him. Right. But it's like, think about, y'all got to go a little bit. Right. But think about people who are doctors. A lot of people who are doctors, like growing up, they were very nerdy. They didn't look good. Nobody cared about them. You know, so when they finally become doctors, they have that doctor degree. They're making that doctor type of money. You know what I'm saying? They have a little bit of a body on them. They become hoes. A lot of doctors, a lot of male doctors, they grow up to start their careers and become hoes because they never had that attention. You know what I'm saying? They never had that kind of stuff. When you're someone like Nas, your whole life you were told you were handsome. You know what I'm saying? Like, everywhere you go, girls look at you. Like, you don't even have to try hard. You don't have to talk about Nas. If Nas didn't have money, he would still have a lot of women. Period. Like, there'd be like, if Nas didn't even have money, you will have girls taking care of him because he's so pretty. Like, he's a very pretty boy. Right? So it's like, when you grow up like that as a man, you're confident because you're like, yo, whatever type of woman I want, I can have. But Jay-Z can't say that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, we gotta go look at these things, right? Jay-Z can't say that. Biggie can't say that. And that's why, and when you listen to you listen to their music, when you listen to pretty boys rap, they're not as violent, aggressive, demeaning towards women because they can have any girl they want to have. It's really not that deep, right? But when you listen to Biggie or Jay-Z, it's always like, I got to put you down. I got to call you names. You going to suck my peen. Then I'm going to throw you out at 5 o'clock in the morning. Then I'm going to go smash this girl. Womp, 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 womp. It's always the non-attractive ones who want to be the pimps. Okay. No, maybe he did. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm not saying Nas is perfect. But my thing is, you're not going to see like the crazy stuff you would see with a Biggie, with a Jay-Z. You're not going to see that with a Nas. Because a man like that, he does not have a hard time getting girls. But someone like Jay-Z, you know, we need to go, yeah. Someone like Jay-Z, someone like Biggie, those people, yeah, I don't trust these type of people. I don't trust you. Because you're not used to naturally having women attention. You're not used to that. But a man who's used to having a lot of, like, a man who's just, like, you know, he's pretty, yeah. Pretty boys don't have to do much. Because they know they're pretty. So it's like, it doesn't, like, But the guys who were never pretty, the guys who were never attractive, the guys who never had attention, the guys that the girls never talked about, when they grow up, everything is a matter of revenge. Like, they're going to date as many girls as possible just to prove to these girls that, you know, now I'm somebody, right? Everything they do it out of spite because they haven't healed their trauma yet. They have a lot of childhood trauma, right? They have a lot of childhood trauma, right? No, like he needs to have like some type of, like, he needs to feel good about the way he looks. He has to be some type of confident. And he also needs to be able to attract girls to himself a little bit, not an excessive amount, but he needs to have the confidence to know, like, yeah, I can have girls. Because when you have a man who does not believe in himself like that, like, oh, he can attract girls, he is more likely to be even more promiscuous because he's not confident in himself. And when a man is not confident in himself, nobody is safe. Like, people are really not safe. You know what I'm saying? They're like, you will not be safe. I'm not saying like he should be like, oh, when I walk in, these girls just fly on me like I'm bees on honey, whatever. But he should know, like, you know what? Yeah, I've had girls, I can get girls, but this is really the girl I want to be with. So I'm gonna be serious. You understand? But when you have someone who's insecure while he's in a relationship with you, he still needs to feel like he can have this girl and that girl and this girl and that girl, because growing up, he didn't have that. He wasn't that type of dude. And it follows him wherever he goes. And that's why a lot of male doctors are a bunch of hoes. Yeah, a girl too. Yes. That's why a lot of times when a girl goes from, she was an ugly duckling, and then all of a sudden she gets a body on her, or she gets a BBL, she don't know how to act. Because all that attention is so new to her. She feels like I got to have every flavor because she never had it. It's like a diet. You know, when you make your diet so strict, when it's finally time for you to get off the diet, you're going to eat everything up because you're like, yo, I've missed this for so long, right? You got to have balance, you know? But you see a lot of young ladies, as soon as they get a BBL, they go straight crazy. I got to have OnlyFans. I got to be naked all the time. Want, because these boys leaving her comments, men being her DMs, oh, baby girl, you look fine. You did it up, ma, you fine. It's getting to her head. You know, so all attention to her is good attention. But before you know it, you're going to lose yourself. You're going to lose yourself because he's coming after you for your butt, for your breast, but he's not coming after you to love you. Okay. He going to get what he wants out of this. He going to leave you. Right. So it's really, yeah, it does something to people. Rejection does something to people. You know what I'm saying? Rejection does something to people. So you guys, I have to go, but I'll be back. We will resume this conversation. We're going to watch the Mary J video when I get back. Give me like 2 hours. I will be back. Okay. Love y'all. I'll be back. This video is going to stay up. We didn't say anything crazy, right? It's going to stay up. I'll be right back. Give me 2 hours.